You may not be leading a team directly as soon as you move into the private sector, but developing some leadership skills while you're at university helps, because what it does is it shows that you're developing. In order to be a good leader, you must develop your communication skills, your interpersonal skills, and a good leader is also a good teammate.
Leading a team, being a visionary and being able to share and provide that vision to other people. Those are skills that can be taught. Having a meteorologist and having somebody who understands this environment in a leadership role is really going to help us not only operate this infrastructure moving forward, but also build the infrastructure of the future and try to inform that. So it really does make sense that more and more weather experts could find themselves in these leadership roles moving forward.
I found myself being at the leadership position most of the time. And so I have to do a lot of learning, a lot of research in order to ramp up on my knowledge and be an expert in a very short time. Yes. So I would say leadership skills and communication, being able to speak up and being able to understand the goal and doing everything possible to accomplish that goal.
You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to get up and speak in front of an audience. You have to answer questions off the fly. And one of the biggest things is you have to be a team player.
Time to do anything, but being a team player, that is really, really important. I would say even more important nowadays, where it's much more remote than it used to be. I worked in an office for 35 years, but even more important nowadays with being a team player, being a good person, getting along with the team, and very, very important. And I think it's something that's not talked about that much, but in the real world, it's really important.
I personally am 6 years into my career, and there's still so much that I have to learn. That curve slows down a little bit, but it never really, reaches a final point and starts to come down or start to plateau. You're always learning more. I'm learning more and more in everything I do day by day. And so that's a mindset that I think you have to have, is a willingness to be able to learn and continue to grow in this industry.
Leading a team, being a visionary and being able to share and provide that vision to other people. Those are skills that can be taught. It's interesting because I learned on the job a lot, but it comes down to a lot of the folks I work with have pursued MBAs, and that really kind of helps them get into the business acumen that's required to get into some of the department leadership type of skills.
I was a part of the Student Alumni Association, and I ended up becoming president of that. And during that, I learned how to run a meeting, right? And follow an agenda. And I know that sounds simple, but some of my friends will tell you that being the time checker is kind of one of the most essential things, and being able to hold people accountable for actions and tasks are really important.
If there's an opportunity to take a leadership role in an extracurricular pursuit, whether it's a team sport, whether it's a club, or maybe a student chapter of the American Meteorological Society. When you hold leadership roles in those organizations, it demonstrates that you have been practicing your communication skills, your interpersonal skills, and your teamwork skills, all of which are essential as you move through the early part of your career.